Hello, I am Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow, and I didn't get the extreme close-ups this time.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are super amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable.
Drone talk.
Thanks so much for joining us on our drone talk. Not this
Why
guy.
is that up there? That's weird.
Well, you always have technical difficulties.
Oh, you know
right?
what? It's because I had it still showing up. Anyway, that was
Fine, it's fine. Whatever,
drone
fine.
talk.
Right over my voice.
That's right.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep. So we got Dennis here, Keto Life Granny.
Hi, Kyle.
J-Dog says my Creami has been getting a little finicky.
Hi, Becca.
Had to put a container in hot water for a few minutes to get the sides to melt.
no.
My blade came out 3 times last night. Remove contents and break up and spin again. Wow. That's...
No. That's sad.
Scott is here. Says hello, Chris and Miriam. So is
Hi,
Glenda
Scott.
and
Hi,
Keto Life
Glenda.
Granny. Robin's here also.
Hi, Audrey.
J-Dog made some 2KK carnivore chicken nuggets for dinner.
Yes.
Shauna's here. Let's see. Dr. Matre is in the house.
I'm Atreya.
Chrissy says, hey, Chow fam, hope everyone is having a good night. And I'm burpy. I don't know
Gross.
why.
Thanks for sharing.
Sean says, Chris and his toys. Well, yesterday, Miriam was like, well, what do you want to do for your birthday? You want to go fly drones? I'm like, number 1, it's too windy. Number 2, all my batteries are
Excuses.
in storage mode. Because if you leave them charged for too long, I guess I should push the
drone talk.
If you leave them charged too long, it degrades them, and so you want to put them, get them down to a low voltage. And so I said, all I want to do is play Acron.
Yes.
And then the kids were too involved cleaning the chicken coop, which was fine.
We weren't going to stop them from
No,
doing.
I was. Oh no! Please clean the chicken coop.
They cleaned the chicken soup.
Chicken coop.
They
Yeah,
cleaned
for hours.
the chicken area for like 5 hours.
And then one of the girls started watching one of the versions of Pride and Prejudice. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go up to my room and
Be alone and pout.
watch YouTube videos
I mean,
instead.
just kidding.
So
Okay, so I told him when one of the kids was not outside, I said, let's play Acron with that kid. And he's like, well, you gotta wait for the other kids. And I'm all,
it was
or we
just going
can
to be
just
the
do it
3
right
of
now.
us.
That would
it's so
still
much
be
funner
fun.
with more people.
But it would still be fun.
Dennis is here. Says hello, good evening, Chris and Miriam.
Hi, Dennis.
Strong is here also. Michelle says
Strong.
hi, y'all.
Hi, Michelle.
Leanne is here, and Eleanor.
Hi, Dorothy.
And Dorothy.
Hi, Eleanor.
Let's see. Blue Dove says good evening,
Blue
Giants.
Dove, hello.
Lynn says hi, everyone. Debbie's here as well.
Debbie, hi.
Lynette says hi, guys.
Hi, Lynette.
They were doing some construction at the Keto Chow warehouse
Yeah,
today.
they were putting in
And
the
so
new
sidewalk.
sidewalk.
And so Lynette and Travis, when they left, they had to go out through the garage
Yes,
and jump
'cause you
the
couldn't
beam,
step on
play
it.
Indiana Jones, and I
Dun,
just
dun, dun, dun. And
So
Lynette's like rolling.
yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Does
With
the
her
rolling
hat.
help? Yeah, he says, "Hey, yo, sorry, I wasn't first. We were watching the
Stoffers.
Satifers."
Stofflers.
Anyway, Scott says, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to spend time with us. It's greatly appreciated. Well, you're welcome.
We're glad you're spending
Denise
time with
is
us.
here, and Evelyn says, you look so pretty.
Thank you. He does.
No, Miriam, you look so pretty.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
Mimi says, I just placed my first
wanna
Keto
say
Chow
hi?
order, the Essential Starter Kit. Nice. By the way, if you haven't ever placed an order with us before, I love you too.
Just poke your head in. Put
No,
your head
or
down.
at least put your hand down.
Hello.
If you haven't ever placed an order with us before, one of the things
didn't hear.
you're offered is the Essentials Kit, and it includes
Okay, have fun.
a $5 rewards account thing, just for starting off, getting going with Keto Chow. That wasn't working up until last night. I fixed it.
Good job, honey.
And then I sent out an email to all the people that should have gotten it. So if you had just ordered that Essentials for the very first time,
Yeah.
it's all taken care of. Everything's
fixed.
good.
Yep.
Shauna says, wow, nice. They cleaned the chicken coop. They
Yeah.
actually cleaned it really good.
They
And
moved the entire thing and took
Yep,
everything
we picked
out
up and moved it. And I
swept
got
the
pine
ground
needles
and put new
because
floor
Amy,
on
Carnivore's Angel,
Yes.
when we were at the Metabolic Health Summit, I said something about mites, and she's like, oh, it's because you're using straw, aren't you? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, they live in the straw. The mites do, not the chickens.
Yep.
I mean, I guess
the
the
chickens
do,
also
but-
lived in the straw, but now
Yeah.
there's no more straw, and now
Nope.
there's pine shavings, and they're super happy.
Becca had a first Creami today. She's a convert.
Yay, Becca!
Mike is lurking.
Hello, Mike.
No, his name is Lurking. Xana says, yeehaw, from Texas.
Yeah.
And I've said this before. I have a tendency to say howdy.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
And it's because when I used to live in South America, all the little kids knew how to say, and it always sounded like a Chinese accent.
Which is really funny.
They would say, hello, mister, what's your name? 1, 2, 3. Like exactly like that.
They wouldn't say hi, they would say hello.
Yeah, they would say, hello, what's your name? And just over and over again. It's like, okay. And so when I would see someone who clearly was from the United States, I'd say, howdy. And they'd be like, whoa. So it's just
Old
something
habit.
I picked up. Anyway, Shauna says, what is Acron?
Oh,
it's like
a
acorn, but it's
Oculus
spelled
game.
wrong. Yeah, it's an Oculus game.
my
So
shoe.
one person has the goggles
headset,
on, and
yeah.
they are the tree that's throwing stuff at the squirrels.
And all the other people connect to their phones, and they're the squirrels.
Yeah, and you
and
can
they're
control
trying
it.
to trick the tree and take all the acorns away from the tree without getting hurt.
Yep.
But it's obviously better for the tree because
Well-
the interface for the squirrels is a little bit hard
Yeah.
to play.
So you can have 8 squirrels and 1 tree. So 9 people can be playing this. And it is
Yeah, it's really fun.
a lot of fun. Like Steve from Serious Keto
Yeah, he showed us that
keyed me
game.
onto it. And it is a really fun game. And we still haven't played it. We haven't played it for like 2 months.
I know. I
Brianna
played
says,
the other day.
I bought a large bottle of minerals. How do you measure them out? Do you buy a dropper and put it in that?
Oh, yes.
Measure
So
with a spoon?
here's my suggestion. Just use a teaspoon. Do 3 teaspoons a day in
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want to drink, and then you'll have your serving.
So the other way to do it,
It's the wrong way. I mean,
I
just kidding.
think it'll show it on the,
Hey, that's a new page.
yeah, they changed it around today.
Awesome sauce. I missed it. I had an appointment and missed half of work today.
Oh, it's missing all the text that's supposed to be
Well,
there.
I'm sure they'll fix it tomorrow.
Yes, they will.
In the meantime,
anyway,
look at
on
how
the
cool it looks at the
back
top.
of the bottle, so it doesn't show it. On the back of the bottle, it says that you can use the lid, and the lid up to a certain line
Yeah,
is
it's like
a tablespoon.
halfway is a tablespoon.
But I agree with Miriam using using either a teaspoon measuring cup or measuring spoon or a tablespoon is probably one of the better ways to
And
go.
I actually got one of the little droppers and put it in a different bottle, and I've been playing with that and just getting a dropper full and putting
Now
it in whatever I
Miriam doesn't
drink.
even bother measuring it out,
I never
making
measure
sure
it.
she gets the right
I
amount.
just put it in my soda water,
Yep.
and I just feel good. I do probably 2 things of soda water and
Yep.
2 or 3 dropperfuls a day, and that's probably the right amount.
Pretty close.
You
Speaking
can cook
of,
with it also, like
that's
if you
true.
want to use it like salt in your frying pan with the steak or something, it's great.
speaking of Dr. Barry,
Yes.
Dr. Barry is going to be joining us next Tuesday night. So at this time, next Tuesday night, we're going to have Dr. Barry. Now Nisha said that it is a little late
Close
for her,
to her bedtime.
and so she might pop in and say howdy.
If not, she's sleeping.
Yeah, if not,
And growing a baby.
Yep, growing a baby.
That takes a lot of work.
Anyway, yeah, Acron, Acron. And it's okay that you don't know what it is. We knew what it was.
Yep.
Anyway, let's see. Lots of people saying hi to each other. Dorsey said, how do you think blueberries would be mixed in a key lime keto chow ice creamy, or should I try Dennis's idea of cream cheese and or both?
I think you should try both, but not at the same time.
Now, if I was going to do blueberries, me personally,
Snickerdoodle.
I would do the blueberries
Vanilla.
in a blender before, or using a stick blender, and then put that into the creamy and freeze it.
And then it'd be softer. Because
Well,
if
it'd be
you
more
did mix
integrated.
it after, you would have like the skins in there, which the skins you might like.
Yeah, and it might work just fine. I don't
You
know.
know what you could do too is put frozen blueberries in there, and then you might have like wholer.
I think they're going to float
blueberries.
to the top, though.
No, I mean like when you mix it. So
Oh, okay.
as a mix-in, you just put the blueberries in. But you'd have to be careful not to put too many because you don't want to have too many.
He says Stauffer plus Presto Stuffler equals Stoffler. There you go.
There we go.
Jackie says, evening, everyone just woke up from a migraine nap. I hope it went away.
Sorry,
J-Dog says, fixed it to the extreme. Debbie says, it's hot chocolate peanut butter keto chow ice cream for supper.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm still hot, but at least my tongue is frozen. Nice. Let's see. Oh, Sean is saying hello to everyone.
Hello.
Lynn says, I wish more of your names would show up in red. It makes me feel conspicuous.
Oh.
What do you mean show up in red?
Are you talking about the tool things? What do they
I don't know.
show up as?
Just a couple people show up with the wrench next to them, but...
If you're showing up in red, that means you're cool.
Yeah, it might be. He says, in Texas, it's howdy darn it.
We don't say that.
Reese says, hi, I heard you mention my tomato basil ice cream.
You bet
Dennis
we did.
asked about it.
He was asking who it was.
Want to know who it was that had done it.
And I was happy to say
Yep.
out
Shauna
loud.
says it's a 101 currently in Napa, California. Was she the one that had posted the, it's hot in California, some hobbits just threw a ring into my backyard?
So guess what we started watching? The Hobbit.
Well, that's what they started watching. I came upstairs and watched YouTube
You're
videos while I
invited
got this.
to watch tomorrow.
I bet you I am. Yeah. Dorothy says we just set up our portable air conditioner today. Hot weather heading our way. We vented it out of the fireplace chimney since we don't have a window in the dining room. Okay.
That's great.
So
I'm glad you can do that. Okay, so
back in the old days when we were at our previous warehouse location,
oh my gosh,
there was no real air conditioning, and so where there were two stations where people were packing boxes.
Yes.
And we had a couple of those portable air conditioners pointed at them with a hose that went off and pointed up to the ceiling.
Yeah.
So it was just shooting hot air up into the
those
ceiling.
air conditioners,
Yes, we
don't
do. Christian borrowed one a while ago. And then I had one of those in my office, and I had a 2-inch black ABS pipe, a sewer pipe.
It was super
that went up through the ceiling and vented up into the attic area.
I mean, Chris
It was
got a
so janky,
stylish office.
but it was that way for several years, like 2016 until like 2018. So
whenever we moved.
Years.
Although that was my office, and it was way cuter when it was my office.
Yep. Christy says, how much is the supplements bundle? I can't get the link to work. Let's see.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
Oh, and look, I've got this cool thing. It's got the little guy who's doing navigation.
Yeah.
Well, so let's see. Scroll down here. You have to click on the try all 4.
Yeah, we're working on this page. We're going to try to get it to work.
Yep.
So there's the little bundle. Do you want to grab the
$27.
URL and then you can throw it in there?
I can.
Thank you.
Copy.
You're so nice.
Copy pasta. Copy pasta. Then it jumps down. Then I scroll back up. Let's see. Dan says, I like how Mr. Prager teaches you how to learn how to say thank you in 16 different languages. Oh, okay.
Hey, mister.
Margie says, do the minerals help the pancreas? They're not specifically designed for the pancreas. They're more of just, it's
general
all of the minerals that Dr. Berry says, hey, this is what's missing in modern diets because of the mineral depletion of modern soils.
Yeah.
So he just gave us a laundry list and said, make me a supplement that has everything. So that's the daily minerals. Brianna says, I like putting the daily minerals in my Redmond Relay that cuts the sweetness.
Speaking of Dr. Berry.
What?
I was on his live on Monday, which was last night.
On the 20th.
And one of the things he said about magnesium, which I had heard before, but I hadn't repeated it.
Okay.
But since it's from the doctor's mouth, I can say it, right?
Okay.
He said that if you're having leg cramps, take enough magnesium so that you get a little bit of diarrhea.
Oh, really?
And then back off the magnesium, and he guarantees there's not going to be a leg cramp. That's just what he said.
That's interesting.
It's not medical advice, but he said you have to get enough that it's going to kind of go through you to really boost that.
Wow. Okay.
Which, that totally makes sense. But
nice.
It's just a little more than I was having.
Radical Keto says, well, that does remind me. I mean, Radical Geek. Well, that does remind me. Blueberry Muffin Keto Chow. I have a new button just for when people ask about new flavors. You ready? Jay says, hi, Keto Chow friends. I've so missed you all. Busy with work and caring for my grandson.
Oh, I'm glad you got to see
J-Dog
him
says,
and
blueberries
spend
mixed
time
with
him.
lemon meringue is scrumptious. Love that combo.
That does sound good.
Denise says, I'm also lurking, so I better say hi so I don't look creepy.
Danita, hi.
30 says, my key lime is already frozen, so whatever I do tonight would have to be a mix-in. There
Yeah,
you
just
go.
throw a couple berries in there, just as the mix-in feature. And then you can let us know if you like the skins or if you wanted them frozen so they're like not in little pieces. Because I know when you put peanuts in there, like it doesn't really chop them up.
Yep.
But they're also a lot harder than blueberries.
So the red,
let
she was
us know
talking
what you
about people getting tagged. So.
Oh, right.
Kel says, frozen Keto Chow for dinner is becoming a regular thing for me.
Yeah.
And J-Dog says it's 105 currently in Chandler.
Ooh, that's hot.
Debbie says it's Utah hot in California.
Yeah.
That was something funny when we went to Santa Barbara for Metabolic Health Summit, is there was no air conditioning. And I was like,
right.
Turned out they didn't need air conditioning there.
Yeah.
Because
So
there was
is
just
it
this
usually not that
nice
hot in
breeze.
California? I always
Well,
felt
it
like it was
depends on the
similar to
area.
our temperature.
Depends on the area.
If it's lower, it's going to
Santa
be
Barbara
hotter.
was right on the coast. You go on the
Oh,
other
so you,
side
like,
of the
get the wind and
mountains,
stuff?
and yeah,
And then it's hot.
not so much. Hot. Oh, Alan is out for his nightly hike.
Who's this?
I have no idea. Anyway, Steph says, happy belated birthday, Chris. Anna says, it's cool here on the East Coast. I have my AC turned off. That hot weather will be here this weekend. Carrie Brown is here.
Carrie, hi.
Cindy says, hello, everyone. I mixed chocolate peanut butter, chocolate toffee, and salted caramel, calling it Snicker Finger.
Yes, Cindy, what a
There
good
you go.
idea.
It's like Snickers and Butterfinger. There you go.
Speaking of Carrie Brown, who is going to go to Keto Fest? Because I'm so jealous.
So let's talk about Keto
I want to go to
Fest
Keto
really
Fest so
quick.
bad. But we happen to
Low carb.
book our
Fest.com.
family vacation, our reunion
Yeah, with
during
your
that
family.
time. And if we didn't, head it up, then we would ditch. But we can't.
if we weren't the ones that paid for all of it.
I know, it's so
Yeah, so it's going to
sad.
be
It's like,
July 16th.
my heart is broken.
Oh, July 15th
and
through the 16th. So,
but that is like my favorite keto conference. It's so cute there. All of the buildings are adorable. You get to walk around from building to building, which means you're not just sitting in one spot. Everybody's super friendly and kind, and it's just, I love it so much. We should go beforehand and help them with something, and then go to our family reunion. We could do that.
no. Maitreya says, if you miss the live stream on Sunday, make sure you reply and comment. You don't want to miss the poop coffee and my sunburn. Surprise in 2 weeks.
Poop talk. So Maitreya had a cool video that she talked about poop
I
and
guess so.
sunburns and coffee.
Keto-palooza chick said, I missed it, but I wanted to say, try the gelato setting on the Ninja Creamy. So delicious. Make with 4 tablespoons of butter.
So Maitreya, what is your channel called so we can make sure?
It's called Radical Geek.
Okay, Radical Geek. So it's just YouTube Radical Geek.
Yep. Margie says, thank you, Chris. Let's see. Cynthia's here, catching a live for the first time. Welcome.
Hi, Cynthia. Tell us if you have any questions.
Anyway, let's see. Well, this is not a very fun experiment, though.
I know, but if you're having leg cramps and you're like down with them, then I guess it makes sense.
Kathy says, good evening, Visual Keto says, so creamy for dinner with Miriam's favorite combo, chocolate peanut butter and chocolate toffee, which we call Butterfingers. There you go.
I love it.
Cynthia says, thank you very much for the warm welcome. Yeah. Lori
glad you're here.
wants
I'm glad
a
you said
chai
hello.
flavor.
Oh, chat. That's so mean. Why did you think you could say no? How about we have the little tiny word say, none to speak of.
None to speak of. There you go. I'll have to have Ben change that. Let's see. JDoc says, now I know why things are a little loose due to the magnesium regarding leg cramps. I've been doing 2 to 3 capfuls daily.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, maybe I need to back off a bit now. Okay.
That's what he said, so.
Sharon says hi to you too.
Hi, Sharon.
Let's see. Weather's Windy says, hey, y'all, don't forget to hit the like button.
Oh, thank you, Wendy.
Yeah, and Sean says, I'm down in the valley where the heat comes, the heat stays, and the app says, no precipitation for at least 120 minutes. None on the horizon. That's right.
Nice.
Brianna says, I'm so annoyed about Keto Fest. I live in Connecticut, but it's the day I leave for my vacation.
Oh,
It's about an hour from my house.
Ever.
Yeah, Exposing Darkness
sorry.
wants to know if we're going to Keto-palooza. We are not. Oh, wait, Keto-palooza.
We're going to Keto-palooza.
Yes, we're one of the We're one of the sponsors of Keto-palooza.
That's in September.
In
We
fact,
just can't go in July.
we sent out an email not too long ago that talked about all the different shows that we're going to be going to.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was last week's.
It might have been, or
newsletter that
2
we
weeks
sent out.
ago.
Yep.
Sometimes days blend together and then weeks pass. And
Carrie says I'm going to have a 2-minute silence at Keto Fest because you're not there.
I'll have a silence on my reunion.
We'll be there in spirit.
I know, that's
Keto
where I
Chow
want to be.
savory chicken soup is going to make an appearance because Carl Franklin's going to be doing he's going to be showing how to make the fried chicken.
Yes.
That uses that.
In fact, I just worked on a video making the fried chicken, and can I just tell you, not the first, not the last, but the middle batch worked out really nicely.
Nice. Oh, Scott has surgery today. Dad went to get something for
wow.
me. He knew that I loved Whataburger, so that's where he went. I thought, what the heck? And they ate it in the fries. I got such a stomach ache.
Oh no!
The human diet
Scott.
I was on was horrible. Cannot wait to get back into ketosis, not do that again. Keto Chow helped me, and I'm ready to start back tomorrow.
Yay! Well, I hope your surgery went well, and
Yeah.
please rest up so that you can heal.
Ha!
I want you to
Ginger
heal.
says,
for sure.
I'm sending my kids to camp on Sunday. It was 44 degrees last night where they're headed. Ha! Good sleeping bags. That's what
Yes,
you need.
we actually had our kids, we talked about this last week, we had our girls and our son at a different camp,
Yep.
and they were both like 30 degrees, and the girls were freezing, Max wasn't so freezing.
Well,
I
he
think-
had a better sleeping bag.
He also just runs hotter.
Yeah. We'll have volunteers as tribute for Keto Fest.
Oh, right? Lynette? I'm sure. You know what I think we could do? I'll send you on the reunion, and I'll go.
It's your family.
So?
Anyway, J-Dog says that's a happy little no. LaShawna's here.
I like my family.
Bev is here.
Bev, hi.
Hi from Bev in New Zealand.
Wow.
For any of you who don't know, we do have a distributor in New
Yes.
Zealand. It's ketochow.co.nz.
Yes.
The source. Is
And
the
they're
name of
so awesome. Have you
Yep.
purchased from them, Bev? Let us know.
Yep. Stowing says I'm going to have to call it a night. Traveling to work is exhausting.
I
Yep.
know, I'm sorry, and it's late. Sleep tight.
Keto says, so my husband said, why are you all of a sudden eating ice cream every night? Because you're an adult and you can.
Because I can.
He says, you better be going to Keto-palooza. It's my birthday party, right? Carrie Brown says, end of
birthday gift
October
to
is the
me.
ribbon cutting for the Keto Chow Nutmegger Outpost.
Oh, well, I can come in October.
It's not going to be done until October?
That's
Dang.
kind of lame.
Chris Jones says, howdy, Keto Chow family. Chris and
Go.
Miriam,
I
long
wanna-
time no see.
I
Hello,
want to come
everyone.
in October.
I didn't get a chance to watch Chris Jones and Autumn.
Oh, I love
They had
Chris.
the Keto Cracked that they tried. I haven't watched the
Oh,
video
that
yet.
came out today.
Yes.
That was so yummy. Did you eat that for your birthday yesterday?
No. Are there any left?
Yeah, there's one. I saved it for you.
You didn't tell me.
I'll go get it right now.
Okay.
I'll talk on the way down. Oh, look at the calendar,
People
Carrie.
might actually be able to
And then
hear you
you'll-
on the way down.
Carrie Brown, October, let's figure out when I can come over there.
John says hi. Say hi to my bear kids. Yeah, let's see. Lots of people talking back and forth. Juju says sleeping bags. Rated to 35. Yeah, but so oddly enough, we had a bunch of random sleeping bags that weren't ours. And I was putting them into new bags because I just bought a bunch of new bags off of Amazon. And a couple of them that were not ours are like really nice mummy sleeping bags, like $200 sleeping bags. Now, I'm not sure how we got them, but Kathy says, I bought pork belly. Do you slice it, cook the slab, or cut it into bite-sized pieces? I cut
Both.
it into squares. So I cut it into strips and then cut it up, and then cook those.
Here you go.
There
Happy
it is.
birthday.
Thank you.
It's frozen.
Okay.
So
Bev
it'll
says, I just
be
got
a
an order
minute.
last night. Should be here tomorrow.
Yay.
Nice. By the way, stuff that was marked as shipped on Monday, which was the observation of Juneteenth,
Yes,
the post
it might
office,
be a
even
day
though they
later.
picked it up, they didn't actually get it moving until Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
But so if you did order over the weekend, it'll take an extra day than you're normally used to
Yep, sorry.
to get your order. Already said Keto's going to be at Keto-palooza.
Heck yeah!
Nice. I'll give you a fist bump.
Can we take some pictures together?
Dorothy
We
says
should do
I've
a live
had-
with you. Do you want to do a live with us? Say yes.
Dorothy says I've had Keto Chow ice cream every night since I got my Creami a little over 3 weeks ago.
Yes! It's so good,
Oh,
right?
Carrie says it's going to be ready sooner, but Larry showed me your conference schedule.
Oh.
It looks like end of October is likely the earliest you can come.
Okay. Unless we go like tomorrow.
Oh, Bev says the source does not have any new flavors yet, or whatever new flavor they're looking for. Bev says I'm going to see if my Costco has the Creamy still. If so, I'm bringing it home tomorrow. My son agreed to set it up in his room since I have such little kitchen real estate.
That's awesome. That means you can just be
me.
like, please, may I have a Creamy?
Keto applies Citrique
They'll
Belge
go
said,
and
yeah,
make it for you,
the
right?
Creamy and Keto Chow belong together. Try the gelato setting. It's the best.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I had one of our customer service girls reach out to us and say, a customer contacted us and told us to use the gelato function, so we're going to try that.
Sharon says, my extra order should be here Sunday. Ow, my finger.
Why did you just do that?
Squeezed it, and that's where they checked my
pinched yourself.
hemoglobin. Yeah. He says, I had the butcher cut the pork belly.
Oh, that's even better.
And
You don't
Son
have to
cuts
do
hers
it.
into big squares. I just cooked the pork belly today. We still have that sous vide pork belly in the fridge
We should have had
outside.
that for your birthday dinner.
Yeah, well, we had
Ham.
leftover ham instead.
It was a new ham. But
Chrissy
it was
says, what
sitting
can
in
you
the
do with
fridge for a
pork
long time.
roast other than pulled pork barbecue sandwiches?
Oh,
Make
yes.
taco meat with the shredded pork.
Yes. Oh, that sounds good.
Yep. Let's see. Ready, Set, Keto says,
Oh, you know
of
what
course,
else you
can't
could
wait.
do? Chili verde.
Yes, you can do chili verde.
We should really post the recipe that we use.
Joe Ray is here. Say hi.
Joe Ray, hi.
Keto's Place says, yeah, it was me. Thank you, customer service. They were awesome today. Yeah, see, told you so.
Thank you for
Dorothy
sharing.
says, I don't have the gelato function on mine. Yeah, if you have the 5 function, it might have admitted that one.
I just never looked.
Excuse me.
Wow, wow, wow.
I had something weird going on earlier this week, and I got a bunch of junk in my lungs.
I think it was the entire valley blew around and then
Probably
blew right into your chest.
Oh, Bev says there's
we've
a
all
new
been
grape
having
flavor.
allergies.
Yeah, we have a grape and a
right.
peanut butter that we introduced some time ago. It takes a while to get it to New Zealand.
I know.
Miriam thinks we should just put it in suitcases and take it there.
I think we should just go over there and then we should go scuba diving.
Lori used gelato function tonight for frozen Zip Fizz. It was much
Yes.
louder than the usual light ice cream. Shauna likes the grape Keto Chow. Added more Loran grape to the other day.
How could you add more grape to that? I don't think it needs more grape.
Oh, Christy Davis wants the chili verde recipe.
Oh.
That's Steve's recipe.
It's actually Holly's recipe.
Oh, is it Holly's
She
recipe?
adapted, well, Steve and Holly are together, so it works out.
They're a package.
They're together. They adapted it from a non-keto version, but
It's freaking amazing.
I think I have it written on a piece of paper somewhere very old and folded up somewhere. So yeah, that'd be great.
Radical Geek says, my kid requested cheesecake with berry gelee topper for their birthday this weekend.
Nice.
William says, yeah, I'm totally planning to send him forth to grind creamies.
Yes.
And he says, that's better than a bunch of junk in your trunk, right?
Right?
Margie says, I placed another order on Saturday and yesterday, and then another tomorrow on your products. Wow. Alan says, I have the butcher slice
every day.
pork belly to about 1 inch thick.
Oh, that's perfect.
So depending on your Costco, you can sometimes buy pork belly that's already sliced to that thick.
Yeah, and then you just
It just looks like really thick
We like
bacon.
to have it be like, I don't know, this big of little squares, and
Yeah.
then we bake it or we saute it, and it's so yummy. We call it pork belly bites. What do we call it?
We call it meat candy.
Meat candy.
Kidplies Chick says, got the new Creamy at Costco, $40 off. Just puts the
Nice.
gelato button instead of ice cream button. Needs a few spoons. Use 4 tablespoons of butter. Nice. Shana says, I love great flavor. Sorry, Miriam. It makes me happy. And Joe Ray says, make barbacoa with a roast. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Ray Sekios, let's see, saying hi to everybody. And that's with Shauna. Team Grape.
No.
Cindy says, I made some taco meat today. Going to make taco stuffler tomorrow. Oh, that would be a really good application of the
taco.
lazy engineer beef with some taco seasoning.
You know what
in
else
it.
we should do? A chili verde stuffler. Yes, we should.
What the freak? That'd be amazing.
Yeah, right?
Ragnarok says, I love chili verde. Maybe in September I'll make some. Ready Sekido says, pork belly is something we've never made. Sounds like we're missing out. It's really thick bacon, and it's amazing.
Super fat.
Oh, and Alan says to
You
get
can't
it
eat
at a
very much.
Filipino store.
You can eat like 3 pieces and then you're full.
Yep. Okay, so we already said that Dr. Barry is coming on next Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay, so we had someone ask Is the best buy, not expiration, but best buy date on
Okay.
Keto Chow firm, or can you still use it after that date?
So that's a good question.
Okay.
We personally use it after the date because
All of our Keto
know
Chow
they're
is
fine.
past the best buy date. Like
But,
all of it
But that's us.
here at our house.
You choose what you're going to do.
Yep.
We are working on getting it certified for 3 years instead of 2
Yep.
years. And so far, it's looking like it's going to pass
In fact,
the test
we've even
for
had
3 years.
some packages
We've
that,
had them tested and recertified.
yeah, that we were basically able to, add an additional year to the expiration date. So if you have stuff and it's less than a year past the best buy date, you can be absolutely confident it still has all the vitamins that it claims to have. What happens is after time, the vitamins oxidize, and so you're not getting quite as potent.
Yes, potent is a good word. It doesn't sound very good, but that's a word that
drink.
describes it very well.
Yes.
Here, I have some soda water.
Shauna says I had the last
with-
pork belly I did with Hungry Heath and Polk and poultry rub in my air fryer.
Okay. Daily Minerals. I was trying to say that.
That tastes
Daily
exactly like
Isn't it good?
San Pellegrino. Like
So good.
exactly.
And that has 2 squirts of
Lemon.
No lemon.
Oh, of the
Just Daily
mountain.
Minerals. Just
LaShawn
water,
says, since it's
Daily
Taco Tuesday, I made ketovore chili with some beef Italian sausage I got from a farm. It's delicious. Nice.
Ooh.
Radical Geek says, oh yeah, chili
sounds
verde
awesome.
stuffler, my basic savory waffle with chili verde and cheddar
Right?
topped with sour cream.
That sounds
Nice.
amazing. We should do a stuffler video and play with all
Kathy
those.
says, I never check the date. Honestly, neither do I.
Yeah.
Cindy says, we got pork belly from Costco, put it in the smoker, then sliced it, cubed it, and air fried it. There you go.
Extra crispy.
Yep. Well, and what I've done in the past is, we got the stuff that was cut up by Costco. We cut it into cubes,
Yep.
put it on the smoker, smoked it for a while, and then brought it in, put it into a big bowl with some some keto
sugar
barbecue
swerve.
sauce. I didn't even bother with that. I just
But we've done that before.
I just used keto barbecue sauce, like rolled it around in that, and then put it on a cookie sheet
sheet.
and baked it in the oven for a little bit, just to
Oh, we set the table.
while we set the table.
It was so good.
Yep, and we were doing it on the convection oven, which is a lot like an air fryer.
And our non-keto daughter
Loved it.
is at college, and she's like, I just want pork belly bites. I just want meat candy.
Yeah.
Can you please send me some meat candy?
Jack says, so if beyond it one
All the
year, can
boys
you
like
not
it.
just add a shot of daily minerals to Keto Chow Shake? Voila, minerals reignite. It's not the minerals, it's the vitamins. And the daily minerals doesn't actually have any vitamins, it just has minerals.
Something else about the minerals, all of our drops, is they're heavy. They will go to the bottom
Unless
of
you
your
mix it
drink.
really well, yeah.
Well, and even when you mix it, after a while, if it's sitting on your table for half an hour or an hour, it'll go to the bottom. So I don't really care because I know that, and so sometimes I'll get to the bottom of my drink and then it's really salty at the bottom compared to the top. But that makes a difference if you ever have a problem with the taste.
Speaking of daily minerals, we had a question that came in through Rhea Mays about what is the source of the citric acid in the daily minerals. There's just a
Okay.
little bit of citric acid.
Yes, and we've actually talked about this before because we were having people that were wondering if it was made with oranges, right? Wasn't that the question?
Whether it's made from, so when it gets down to it, citric acid, the molecule, is citric acid regardless of the source. I'm not going to get into a debate about anything else other than if you have pure citric acid that's been crystallized, does it matter where it comes from? I'm not going to debate that because
It's not going to have like residual sugar or something in
Well,
it. I
it's-
think that's what people are afraid of.
they're afraid that it might have corn or that it might have other stuff in it. The stuff that we get comes from Citrique Belge in Tienen, Belgium. It's manufactured in Belgium.
Cool.
So if you want to know
think we
where,
should go
what's
there
the
and get
source?
some.
The source is Belgium. So there you go. But in the end, citric acid is citric acid is citric acid.
Can we go to Belgium and
it's
get
just citric acid. That's like thinking that distilled water from one source is different than distilled water from another source. If it's distilled water, it's just distilled water, okay? Anyway, but I'm not going to get into that. Let's see. This says Tim's father's smoker should be arriving tomorrow.
Tim's father is a smoker?
He has a smoking problem, at least. Shauna says, I sliced it, cubed it, tossed it in Ziploc with Hungry He's pork and poultry. And threw it in my air fryer. Crispy melt in your mouth. Meat candy bites.
Sounds amazing.
Nice. Kel Michigan says, no way my Keto Chow would even get close to an expiration date. I use them all, even the ones I'm not crazy about.
Isn't that funny? And it's just good. You use it, and then you can figure out how to use it so that you'll like it, and then you're not wasting stuff, and good job.
Joe Ray says, how would you suggest making peanut butter and grape and strawberry as a creamy ice cream? Just mix them up and put them in there and run the thing. Melissa says, I just finished prepping a few Keto Chow creamies. One container is gingerbread.
I want gingerbread.
I can't wait to have it.
Oh, I don't think we have any. I think it's all gone.
Denise says, yeah, like ascorbic acid isn't vitamin C. Yeah. When you get down to the actual just pure molecule, stuff is...
It is what
it is. Anyway, we had someone ask about, so when you go to checkout on the Keto Chow site, if you have, we're using Shopify for our backend, for our shopping cart. And if you've purchased from another store that uses Shopify, it will sometimes default to using what's called Shop Pay.
Yes, which I actually really like.
So like it remembers your address, like even if you've never bought from Keto Chow before.
Yeah, if you've bought with a Shopify site.
Yeah, it remembers your address, it remembers your credit card, or like it remembers all this stuff, and it just says, hey, we'll send you a text message and to activate Shop Pay on that device. And but some people are like, how do you turn that off?
Oh, yeah, okay. I
So,
actually really like it.
If you have Shop Pay enabled.
Okay, so you Googled it?
So there is in Shop Pay overview.
Okay.
One of the things is opt out of Shop Pay.
Hey, there you go.
Okay. So it has an opt out form where you can basically log out of everything with as far as Shop Pay goes. Because otherwise, it'll default to paying with a credit card, which, by the way, costs us less money if you pay with a credit card. But if you want to use a different payment method like PayPal or something like that, there is a little drop-down menu that says, like, use alternate payment method. It's right by the credit card thing in Shop Pay. And with that, it takes you out of Shop Pay and back to the regular checkout. But yeah, you can use this page, and I'll put it into the the chat. And it also is in the show notes, the notes of this live stream, with a link so that you can log out. And for that matter, guess where I got that link from? Shopify? I went into our customer service thing, searched for the Shop Pay template, and just copied it, because if you ever have problems with that sort of stuff and you contact...
If you have a problem, you'll also...
Actually, our customer service team will.
Pick up the beat while the DJ resolves.
That's right. Jerry says, so mixing them, you can still taste both the peanut butter and jelly. I think you can. Otherwise, you could make one with just the grape and throw peanuts or peanut butter in as a mix-in.
Yeah, you totally
could. Which is what I would personally do.
Back on the Shopify thought, though, I know I keep saying this, I really like it. I like it because it's less steps. So in any website that I get to the Shopify Pay, I'm like, I recognize it. I know which credit card I already have in there. And it's just like, oh, that's like 2 less steps that I have to go through.
And it's not using Amazon's ecosystem.
And it's secure. So I feel like I actually really like it. But it's totally fine if you want to opt out. And now you have instructions to do so.
That's right. Shauna has gingerbread Keto Chow. Brandon says, I just ordered a big bag of chocolate toffee Butterfinger.
Oh yeah.
JX says, barbecue smoking. I don't have a smoking problem. I can quit whenever I want. But the problem is, I never want to quit.
I don't want to quit smoking either.
Although Pennsylvania says the black licorice ice cream is ridiculously
I do
yummy.
like that as ice cream too.
Speaking...
Are we almost out?
Let me pull that up. So, let's go to shop, because the black and the red licorice...
Wah, wah.
Those are limited edition, and those I fully expect that we probably won't
section.
make more of them when they run out. So black licorice still has pretty good availability.
Oh yeah, that's a little bit. Oh,
Red licorice is getting pretty low.
Close. So it'll probably be out of
Excuse
them
me.
by the end of the summer.
Yep, probably.
Yeah.
There was
Not too
some
bad. That was
discussion
fun,
as
though.
to what we were going to do with them. I'm like, well, I think we're just going to let them run
think
out,
they're
and when
gonna
they
be
run
done.
out, they run out.
But it was really fun, and
Yep.
it was just kind of a fun thing to do. We should probably make those gummies one more time before they run out too,
Yep.
because those are good.
Babu says, hi, Keto Chow people.
Hello, Babu.
Ready Set Keto says, our absolute favorite is the banana ice cream mixed peanut butter.
Yes, that sounds good.
I did approve a banana for production,
It's a miracle.
but I haven't heard whether it's actually gone into production yet. A lot of people are wondering when we're going to get the singles for banana back in stock.
Someday.
When it's ready, I don't know. We did just get cookies and cream back in stock.
Yeah, we
though.
did.
Brianna says I accidentally shipped to my old address because of Shopify.
Oh,
I had to awkwardly
bummer.
go to my old address and be a creeper looking for my
like-
package. That's awesome. Shauna says, oh, we can opt out and use our credit card for Keto Chow and cost you less. Yeah, well, so credit card, debit card, as if you're using it as a credit card, which most debit cards you're able to use as a credit
Shopify
card.
uses a credit card.
Yeah.
So if you do shop pay, you don't have to
Yeah.
opt out. That's still the same thing.
And this came up in the discussion where someone was asking, does PayPal cost us more or less?
Oh yeah.
PayPal costs us
Does cost us
2.9%.
a little bit more.
A credit card payment or a debit card as a credit card costs us 2.2%. So,
Because we got a deal.
yep. And cryptocurrency costs us 0% if you want to use that. Anyway.
You're crazy.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, Elder Pennsylvanian. I miss
Let's
you.
see,
How
Marie
are you?
says, thank you for the shop pay opt-out. You're welcome.
Yeah, hi.
Dennis says, I just finished my Ninja Creamy Keto Chow ice cream using the strawberry, orange cream, and lemon meringue flavors. Yes, I added 60
Ooh.
grams of fresh cream cheese. After the first light spin,
Nice.
I poke a hole. Doop.
Yep.
Carrie says, look at all those pretty
You're
shakes.
so
Yes.
pretty.
Then he says, I had to order headlights from Amazon, not sent or fulfilled by Amazon. Anyway, the only option I had to do was 6 payments, which is okay. That's weird, but I didn't like to be forced.
Yeah,
I needed the
that's
headlights.
dumb. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's all. By the way, the additional cost is, and we talked about this. Was it yesterday's live stream? One of the reasons why we don't offer the buy now, pay later is because it costs us twice as much, and we don't like. I view buy now, pay later as a predatory thing. It's taking advantage of people who can least afford things,
Yes.
and I don't want to be that company. So
don't.
if you can't afford Keto Chow, please don't buy it.
I know we're not very helpful.
Yeah. So
Buy it. Just kidding. Don't.
Kathy
Put it
says
in
I'm
the
now
bank.
hooked on banana. I had banana
Banana.
I had it today and I had 2 of them yesterday.
Did?
Yeah.
I haven't had
And a
Keto
pina
Chow
colada today,
since
too.
last week.
Dennis says I'm still mixing Keto Chow black licorice with my orange cream and freezing them in the Creami. Nice. Exchange Student says gummy. Every flavor is my jam. Manny is here from Arizona.
Hi, Manny.
Lord Pennsylvania says I have a newer bag of salted caramel. I had not opened it. Was seeing people said they thought the newer one tasted different. Is that a thing for real? So the newer one used the new magnesium. In our tests, we all thought it tasted exactly the same. We actually put a lot of time and effort into making sure the flavor tasted the same. But some people are more sensitive to the flavor of the magnesium, and so it may taste different. But if you have a problem,
go ahead and open it and reach out to customer service if you have problems.
if you have a problem. Well, this is I just got my pina colada today. I can't wait to try it. Marie says, no, I want you to keep black licorice around, even if seasonally. Something that Miriam keeps on pointing out is if we keep introducing...
Yeah, we have to unintroduce
If we keep introducing, limited edition flavors, we have to get rid of them eventually.
Unmanageable.
It's just going nuts
You gotta
for
be
everybody.
smart. You gotta tell us which ones
Exposing
you gotta
Darkness
keep.
says, what about a debit card? Again,
Just
debit
run
cards,
it as a credit card.
if they're running as a credit card, yeah.
Totally the same.
Babu says, I live in Ontario, Canada, and I do not get those recipe cards.
Oh, that's sad.
Now, most of the recipes are on our website.
Yeah, you
so
can just
check
print
those
them out. Or just look at them on your phone.
Diana says, how do you change the payment type on your account? If you're talking about a subscription, sometimes you just have to cancel the subscription and create a new one.
You should be able to go to like manage my subscriptions and poke around there.
Yep. Or contact our customer service team and they can walk you through it. To Crazy Ketos is here.
Hi.
Cynthia says, mad respect for you.
Thank you.
Let's see. Lynn says, thanks for the shop pay information. I often wonder why it would pop up. I had no idea where it came from, and now I will use it.
I really love it. Like I said.
Honestly, I actually really like it too because
I can't stop saying how much I love it.
There's a lot of websites that use Shopify as their shopping cart. And when it dumps you into that checkout and you're like, oh, this is something I know.
I recognize this. Yep. I'm like, oh, they're using Shopify. I actually bought something today that had a different thing it's really similar, but I could tell it wasn't Shopify because it didn't look the same. And I'm like, oh, they're copying Shopify.
Yep. Radical Geek says, I do like the red licorice as a creamy.
I do too. I like that too.
Jerry says, I made a red licorice creamy. Not my favorite. It wasn't bad. I just couldn't eat a whole container.
You know what would be good?
What?
Is if you made those gummies, but made them extra hard, and then made it creamy, and then put them in as mix-ins. Like little gummy bears or something. Ew.
Shauna says, I needed to take inventory of my own Keto Chow stock. Lena posted a link to the pumpkin sausage soup, which we are now out of again. We made a giant batch, and we're all out of it.
We're out of it?
Patty
Are you sure
says,
there's not one secretly in the freezer somewhere?
There might be some in the freezer. I know there's some of Joe's Keto Chow chili in the freezer.
Joe put it there?
No, I put it there.
I wish Joe
Patty
put
says
it
I
there.
couldn't edit my subscription. I also couldn't cancel my subscription. Travis took care of it for me. I also set up a new sub and see if it lets me edit my flavors in the future.
You know what else I want Joe to make?
What?
The butter mayo.
Okay. So, speaking about Joe, yesterday on my Google Photos, it popped up. It said, 2 years ago today, and it was a picture of drone stuck in a tree.
I had a dream like last night. I think it was last night that I called up Rachel and I'm like, Chris is sad. He had a bad birthday. Can we come over? And so we like flew over there this week. It was a great dream.
Best thing about my birthday was today it was over. Betsy says, how about doing a survey to see what flavors are favorites? Because I have favorites,
should.
But sometimes I can't afford any.
We should do that. And then discontinue everything else.
We do have a post about the most popular flavors. If you search for Keto Chow leaderboard, it'll show it to you. Chocolate peanut butter, chocolate toffee.
But it would be cool to get a survey from you because then we would know what you like best.
Yep. Carrie says, pumpkin time at the outpost. Love you, bye.
Bye.
Degrees Keto says, I had a problem with it the other day. I ordered enough from Perfect Keto for free shipping, but Shopify pop-up kept charging me. I had to go to a new browser. So what you do is, in that little pop-up, the Shop Pay thing, right by the payment.
Yeah.
If you click that, there's a use alternative payment.
Yeah.
That drops you back into the regular payment screen.
Yeah.
And then you're back to where you should be. If you ever had to do that once.
Yeah.
Radical Geek says, I didn't schedule dinner tonight. Dinner night for Keto-palooza at the Brazilian Steakhouse. It got out of hand last. Yes, it did get out of hand last year.
I'm just glad you scheduled it so we could show up and eat there. That was great. But
someone made me pay for
stressful. It wasn't that bad. It was delicious.
Oh my gosh. Rand says I tried to make butter mayo, but it failed. It was liquid. Two Crazy Keto says new recipe with Keto Chow tomato basil coming tomorrow.
Heck yes. That's what I want to hear.
Let's see. Marie says I love black licorice ice cream, so would be happy if it were a summer seasonal flavor. So if it were brought back seasonal in summer 2023.
We're still not sure.
Janice says, thank you for removing me from the reality of the day. I'm still making peanut butter with Keto Chow and butter.
Yes, Janice.
See, Exposing says, my least favorite is peaches and cream. Haven't tried grape. There you go.
Yeah, well, if you don't like grape.
LaShawn says, I need some banana.
Oh.
Maitreya says, the paying for it was super appreciated. That was an awesome surprise.
I like to do stuff like that.
Let's see. Oh, LaShawn says, I just recorded a ketovore chili recipe.
Oh, heck yes. Video? What's your channel? I didn't know you had a
Sean says, all I remember is running to the restroom and everyone leaving and then getting in the Keto Chow van and yelling, wait, Chris, I forgot to pay. That was funny.
That's a good way. You're like, I'm on.
Okay. Question.
Okay.
What fat sources work well when traveling?
That's a great question. We have a post that talks about powdered butter and powdered cream. Those can be used, but as long as you know what you're doing, as in you are prepared to have a little bit higher carbs. Right?
Higher carbs, higher cost.
Yep. Something else that's really good is avocado oil because it's shelf stable.
It doesn't need refrigeration until you mix the protein.
Yes. So until you mix them together, right? And then you can. So if you don't have refrigeration, then just carry your bottle of avocado oil, carry your Keto Chow, and then when you mix them together, then drink it right away, right?
Well, I usually wait like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Then I drink it, and then I wash it out immediately.
Yeah, you want to wash it because you don't want the blender bottle to smell bad at all.
Yep.
Something else, coconut oil, butter.
Coconut oil would work, but you do need to melt it.
So you have to have access to like a microwave.
Yeah, which if you're traveling, probably won't work. So there are the powder fats available, but like Miriam said, you need to be aware that they do
a little
have
bit higher carbs.
Sometimes 2 to 3 times higher carbohydrates. Even though the package will say it's 0 carbs.
Yep.
Because the serving size is small enough they get to round down to 0. There was a great thread on the Keto Chow Facebook support group yesterday where someone said, I found 0 carb heavy cream. And everyone was like, nah, it's not 0 carb. There's 0.43 grams in each tablespoon.
0.43 plus 0.43
it's the rounding
adds up.
thing. Yep.
So one more just to think of. I know we have in the past at Trader Joe's found shelf-stable
these
heavy
little
cream.
cartons.
So if you can find that.
It's just whipped cream.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's not heavy
you're going to
cream.
have to pay attention to what
So
it
still
is
slightly
and
higher.
what the ingredients are, right? Because every once in a while they're kind of finicky. And then you can use that too. It's hard to find and it's more expensive. But that is another option.
Yep. Me personally, I'd just do the avocado oil.
And we've done that lots of times, camping and on different trips and hotels and random places. So
Yes, indeed.
it's good.
He says they're planning to do a Brazilian the Saturday night at KetoCon. I think
Oh.
we actually have something planned that
We
night.
do. We have plans
In fact,
on
there
Saturday
are
night.
2 things planned that night.
Oh, yeah, because it's a Goody Beats thing.
Yeah, Goody Beats has something that he's planning to do.
But we
that
can go
night, too.
another night.
LaShawn says, I have a channel. It's the same name as my handle. There you go.
Oh, great.
And the Two Crazy Keo says, sorry, but peaches and cream is yuck.
Peaches and cream is
Shauna
yuck.
likes peaches
Who
and
are
cream
you?
with raspberry cheesecake.
Oh, that does sound good.
Yeah.
And some cream cheese.
And Maitreya likes doing
I
the
bet that'd
peaches
make
and
good fat
cream
bombs.
as the hot cereal recipe.
Yes, that would be good. Also, there is a peach like Melba recipe. We were actually featured it in one of our emails just recently.
Okay.
And that's really good. And there's a peach bonbon that's really good too. So if you are having peaches and cream and you don't like it as a shake, try a couple of those recipes because it kind of changes the flavor a little bit.
Yeah.
That's the hot cereal.
Yeah,
cinnamon
this
cereal.
guy right here.
It's
Now this
a
calls
favorite.
for almond flour, right?
I think it's coconut flour.
Coconut flour.
It has flax or chia, which I've done it
Okay.
with or without that.
For some reason, I thought it was coconut flour, and I was going to
is.
say,
It's 1 tablespoon coconut
almond
flour.
flour. I was going to say, I wonder if you can use
Pork rinds.
pork rinds instead.
Do it.
That'd be interesting.
It would be. I think we should try it.
Yeah. Let's see. J-Dog likes peaches and cream as a Ninja Creamy.
That sounds awesome.
Trace says, I think for shakes, avocado is my favorite. There you go.
Yeah, I do. And the thing is, avocado oil is kind of like butter, and it brings the flavor out more than heavy cream, which mutes it.
Let's see. Patty says, I don't need a microwave for butter or coconut oil. Just put in warm, hot water to melt, let it cool down.
Oh, that's
Add a bit
true,
of Keto
yeah.
Chow. See, now I don't have very good results when I mix up melted butter just in the shaker. I always get chunks, but
Yeah.
then I can just enjoy it hot and not worry about it.
Yeah.
Cynthia says, if
Both
you're traveling,
works good.
leave your coconut oil in the car window. It'll soften.
Yeah.
The coconut cream in the can works fat. Yes.
Oh, totally.
Yes, it can.
Yeah.
It does
We've
have
done that before.
It does have considerably higher carbohydrates. The
Yep.
coconut cream does.
But it's
than
yummy.
coconut oil. LaShawn says, I bought some raw cream from a farm. It's more thick and rich than regular cream.
Nice.
Yeah. It probably has a little bit of air bubble in there too.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sean says, okay, who's the sailor? The sailor is a random dude from a royalty-free video site.
What? Oh, yeah, the sailor.
Yep.
No, that was me.
Let's see. Little Prince Fanny says peaches and cream is great in the scones recipe under raspberry cheesecake. There you go. Chrissy says try the 2KK custard recipe with apple pie. It turned out amazing.
Yeah.
And LaShawn says, yeah, when making egg pudding with a banana, it's so good when it sits in the fridge for 4 to 5 days before eating. And Patty says pork rinds amaze me. I used the fried chicken recipe on fish.
Yeah.
It was so good and crunchy.
Oh, that sounds so
And Dee says, what about MCT oil? So MCT oil is interesting stuff. So you can use up to a tablespoon of MCT oil in each shake of Keto Chow. And at that amount, most people aren't going to have digestive problems. If you use more than that, you can just about guarantee digestive problems. Also, you need to be aware that MCT oil can have interesting effects on people's metabolism. It does increase ketones.
Yep.
Which if you're treating a neurological condition like seizures or Alzheimer's or Asperger's or anything like that, if it's got something to do with the brain, MCT, probably going to help actually.
For the win.
But if you're not treating a neurological issue, it's going to do weird things to, well, in my experience is weird things to my HDL, weird things to my triglycerides, both of them in a bad way. And then there's the bathroom pyrotechnics that tend to come along with too much MCT oil. So MCT oil can be an option, but MCT oil won't make you lose weight if that's what you're going for. So anyway, this is cool stuff.
But yeah, that's a great question.
Rihanna says, just jumping in. Hi, friends. Excuse me. Janice says, my new pot of high-fat Greek yogurt tastes just like cream cheese. He says, for KetoCon, we're driving in Thursday evening, broadcasting Friday Night Feast from our Airbnb, and driving home Sunday afternoon.
I'm so glad I got you that drink.
Me too. GGB says, I have an amazing hot cereal recipe in the Instant Pot. I've wondered about adding Keto Chow to it.
Do
that Quaker
it.
oatmeal flavor. Keto Plies Chick says, Chris and Miriam, how can I packet the Keto Chow and egg white to travel internationally?
Ooh.
Don't want to take them in customs.
Depends on where you're going.
Excuse me.
And I would put them in your checked bags.
Bags.
Unopened.
Yeah. Now, if you do have them in your
can.
carry-on, take them out and put them in the, and just, if people ask what it is, just say it's protein powder.
Protein powder.
Because if it's inside of your bag, and you're packing it inside the bag, it just looks like a big empty spot, and they're like, what's this? And they get really suspicious.
They get scared because of the vapor barrier and everything on there just looks dark.
In fact, our friend Steve had that happen when he had a bag of Redmond real salt.
Oh yeah, because that's vapor barrier on it.
Well, they had him take it out. Well, it just looked like an empty space.
Yep.
It was like all staticky in the X-ray, and they're like, "What is this?" And so they had to swab it down. And he's like, "Don't take my salt."
No, I need my salt.
J-Dog says they just saw a post from Troxio that said they have a peach pancake syrup. Wow.
Oh.
Chrissy
I
says,
actually stay away from the chalk cereal syrups.
I do too. Chrissy says if you take the individual packets and egg powder unopened, they should not take them when you go through customs. I want to try big bags. Now, I've had friends who have flown with the big bags with no problems at all.
Yep, we've flown with them no problems, but there have been times when we've had problems, so it depends on where you're going.
And Keto Plies Chick says, I'm going to Turkey. Nice. GGB says tuna fish pouches and Albanese gummy bear pouches do that too. Just take them out.
Take them out.
Last question. Can Keto Chow waffles be frozen and reheated? How long do they last in the freezer?
You know, we have frozen them a lot.
Yeah.
And we have had a lot frozen at a time, and it's been a long time. So I would think they'd last at least 6 months in the freezer. Because I pulled out one that got buried, and we still ate it, and it was great.
Yep. You can always toss them into a toaster.
Yep. If we had a toaster, then we would do that at our house. We took it to work and never returned it.
Yep.
Because I don't remember. Well, we were serving people chaffles one day.
So we were serving chaffles so that because when people come into the storefront, we always have stuff for them to taste. And one of the times it was we had just introduced the tomato basil soup, And so we had tomato basil chaffles.
Yes.
And we would put it in the toaster and then give them one of those, and there was butter for them to put on it. And they were like, "What the heck? This is amazing!"
Yeah.
So it's still at the warehouse. Crystal says, "I always learn something from you."
Oh, thank you.
Actually.
Rihanna says, "I freeze my chaffles all the time, and they've never gone
Yeah,
bad."
I have never had a problem with frozen. In fact, I have frozen the PSMF bread, Maria's recipe, multiple people's recipes of the protein sparing bread. I've cut it and froze it in slices. I've froze the whole loaf and then cut it later. Like, I've just had no problems with it. So that's wonderful.
Oh, Lynn says, "I remember I took my blender through security, and because the blade, I couldn't take it on the plane. Made them pull my checked bag and put it in my bag, and gave it back and went through security." Wow. I've never had them where they would do something like that, where they would allow you to do that. Lynn says, "I tried the vanilla with coconut oil today. It was lumpy. I won't do that again."
Yeah, just try
Make
heating
sure
it. I would heat it up.
Heat it up and try using a blender, like an actual blender, with pretty warm water. So, well, is there anything else you wanted to talk about tonight?
Just tune in next week for Dr. Barry with
Dr.
us.
Barry. Yep.
And we miss you guys. We miss seeing you on the daily. My routine's all off for the last little while.
I'm
like,
sorry, but you've thrown off the
"Why?
Emperor's
I
Groove.
miss my friends. That's why."
Yeah.
Sad.
Anyway.
Fine. We're trying to do some cool stuff. So hopefully some cool stuff will happen.
Yep. All right. Well, you all have a fantastic night, and we will see you next Monday morning.
Yeah.
So, all right. Bye, guys.
Bye.